G'day, Captain Australia here. I don't know if you can hear me alright, I got my earbuds in. I don't know if you can hear that storm out there. So I'm huddled in my hammock. I walked until, I don't know, I think it was like 9:45 or so this evening. So I pitched the hammock and the new tarp in the dark, and it was all pretty good. A little bit of a learning curve with the new tarp. It's quite bigger than the old one, but it's also a bit more finicky. But it's resisting the weather really well. So, and I've got my new thermal shirt. You can't really, and it's meant to be on the inside, but I just quickly put it on over the outside. You can't really see much of what's going on in here. But yeah, so I'm camped still 10 kilometers out of that Stanwell thingo, the meeting spot tomorrow for the ABC interview. So if you're watching the news tomorrow morning, it'll be 8:15 a.m. Sydney time that there'll be an interview with the ABC morning news crew, and we'll talk about the big walk. They'll ask whatever questions they want to ask, and I'll do my very best to answer them. Shane says, "Night, Captain." Hey Shane, how you doing? Thanks for watching, mate. So yeah, I'm huddled in a hammock. It's a very intensely windy and a little bit cold, but I'm pretty comfortable. Night, Captain, I've recorded it. You've set up to record the show. Good on you, Jake. Thank you so much, mate. I'm sure that they'll provide me with an excerpt, which I'll share on the Facebook timeline. The main thing is it's my middle son's birthday tomorrow, so I asked them, could I please at the end have a chance to just say happy birthday to my boy Sully and tell him what a wonderful kid he is. Jock, hey mate, how you doing? Yeah, I look forward to it because these media it's a national media outlet at the end of the day, and these media pulses are tremendous for helping the charity along. So I'd like to think it's getting up towards 60,000 now, I think, and I'd like to think that tomorrow might give it a good solid boost, like another 10-15,000, and might bring new people in to watch the big walk. I'm still amazed that all of you are watching the big walk, to be honest, and I'm delighted. I couldn't be more pleased. Good on you. And if I understand the wind is really, this tarp is a lot lighter than the other one, so in the intense wind it gets a bit knocked around, but I've got spikes to kind of spike it down, so it's a bit more like a tent. But yeah, you're following the big walk, and I guess it's I guess everybody probably gets something a little bit different from it. For me, the best thing about what I'm doing is the way that it is instructive in hope and building hope. You know, where did you end up tonight, Captain? Asks Rihanna. I am currently, I think I'm about 35k south of the hotel at Hurstville, where I was last night. So I'm on the road between Wollongong and Hurstville, and I'm headed out to a place called, I think it's called Stanwell Tops. It's a beach overlook. It's supposed to be very pretty, and it's for an interview with the ABC News crew tomorrow morning. So the interview will happen at 8:15, and if you'd like to watch it, I'll do my best to make it, I don't know, informative, heartwarming, funny, whatever the tone of their questions is the tone I'll try and answer with. Helen says, "You're doing a great job. Well done, Captain Australia." Well, thank you. It looks like the rain's dying down, but there's just a very nice wind chill happening, and I'm all snuggled up with my thermals and my blankie. So all I need is a teddy bear, and I'm all good. So yeah, I guess because we're getting new people in all the time, and tomorrow after the interview, some of them this might be the first thing that they see in the timeline. I'll make an attempt to properly explain what I'm doing and why. So my name is Simon, and 5 years ago I contracted, I don't know if contracted's the right word, they detected a stage 4 head and neck cancer. It had started with my tonsils. It was locally advanced. There was no surgical option. It was too large, and they gave me 6 months to live. Joe asks, "Do you find it hard to get to sleep when doing these outside stays?" Not really, because I'm walking so much. I think that physical tiredness plays a part. And cancer stole my sleep from me. I could never sleep more than a couple of hours at a time. But now, when I do sleep, I get a good deep sleep and I have vivid dreams. And those dreams, I think, are a sign of healthy sleep. It's like your brain pooping or farting. It's like releasing the, all these subconscious images and forming a narrative that you have this sort of weird dream state. I don't know. Nobody really knows what dreams are about, but I think they're the unconscious mind farting. And yeah, I'm enjoying all these vivid dreams. Renee says, sending a very big happy birthday to your son for tomorrow. May all his dreams come true. You've been a gem throughout this process. Extremely proud of you. Well done. Stay safe and sleep well. That's very kind of you, Renee. That's lovely. And yeah, my boy, he is an absolute light. He is a joy. And I will love him until my last breath. And whatever sacrifice, I would move a mountain for him. Whatever sacrifice I had to make, if it were for his welfare, I would make it without pause, without hesitation. So yeah, I'm pretty sad that I won't be there on his special day. But I just FaceTimed them before, and we're connected. So but yeah, so the whole cancer thing, 6 months to live. It was a train wreck. But I had a 40 to 60% chance of successful treatment, and he will be turning 11. And yeah, I beat it, but I couldn't thrive. I couldn't come back. I tried hard. I tried everything I could, and I just couldn't get back. So I remembered a time when, as a child, I took a big walk. I had walked from Brisbane almost all the way to Sydney when I was a kid to just get out of a bad domestic situation and go live with my grandma. I didn't want to get picked up by the police, taken into foster care or anything like that. So I just sort of, under the radar, slept under bridges and made my way down. And it was an adventure, and it was healing, and it gave me hope for my future after a time of quite bleak darkness. And I realized I needed that again as a much older man, and that's what inspired the big walk. So at first it was just going to be me and a backpack, but then I thought, oh, look, I can superhero up for science. I can bring Captain Australia out of retirement, because I have done stuff as Captain Australia before, mostly for shits and giggles. I didn't know what Captain Australia was for when I created the character. I was just trying to say that we should all be better, try and be superheroes. But people just thought that I thought I was Batman, and I never did. It was never about fighting crime or anything. But yeah, anyway, that I thought I could bring Captain Australia back and use him to get notoriety for a charity. Go for a big walk and do it superheroed up for science. So I found the Kids Cancer Project, and that's the rest. So the Kids Cancer Project is a wonderful charity. It's about the 950 Aussie kids every year diagnosed with cancer, and 20% of them don't survive. So that's 3 kids a week dying. And the ones that do survive face the same sort of chronic issues that I did. And it's, cancer's an insidious thing. It's not just a disease of the body. It attacks your mind. It attacks your spirit. It withers away your hope. It tries to contaminate everything in your life, your relationships. So it's cancer. It's destructive in every dimension of your life, really. And you can resist that, you can fight it, you can find the strategy to beat it, but the key thing you need is hope. And I had none, and now I've rebuilt it. I'm blazing with hope. Blazing. It is burning inside me. You couldn't put it out with a bucket of icy cold water. And I guess it's just, I don't know, luck. But yeah, I think hope is the secret ingredient that you need to succeed in overcoming any problem. And if you have it, if you have that belief that a positive outcome is available to you if you do the work, the recipe, the thing you do doesn't matter. You just keep leaning into trying. You try something, fail. Learn the lesson. Try something again, fail, learn the lesson. Try something again, succeed a little bit, learn a lesson. And you keep trying, and it's hope that allows you to continually move forward. Love your work, Captain Oz, says Michael. Cheers, mate. Thanks very much. Rod says, awesome effort, mate. TCAS is thinking hard about another date. Well, I couldn't be, I'm sorry, I'm married, but I couldn't be more honoured. And if I were to have a date, T would be probably top of the list, one of the most wonderful people I could imagine taking on a date. But I think, Rod, you meant dare. And that now I'm trembling with fear because those dares have been... Oh, crap. Oh, no. I'm meant to be talking like a pirate. Arr, arr. Oh, no. I hope I can just be off the hook on that one because it's like late and I'm all camped up and it's been a long walk to get here. Arr, I'm so sorry. I'm a tired old pirate. And I completely forgot because I'm an old fool. I'll have myself keel-hauled and walk the plank. Jeez. It's only when you talked about dares that it reminded me. Sorry, there's a comment just looking back. Happy 11th birthday to your son, says Shane. Have a great day, buddy. And Captain, you will be with your loved ones soon. You're doing something bigger than us. All well done. Oh, thank you. And yeah, it's not just the the big walk has many dimensions, I guess. Not many, well, 3, There's my personal healing, there's the charity, and there's this, what we're doing together, this conversation, And I think all of those things are worthwhile and important. So, yeah, I'm eager to get back to my kids, but I don't want to abbreviate any of that. I don't want to take shortcuts. I'm toiling every day, and it's been 40 days, and I'm an old man, and I'm working hard. I am walking hours upon hours upon hours, and I'm an old man, but I'm getting stronger. So if I try and take the quickest, if I submit to the dark side and take the easy path and try to get to Melbourne as quickly as I can, push down the motorway, just make it about the K's only, I'll be shortcutting through those things that are just really important. So my own healing, my own getting stronger through toil, but stronger through discovery too, stronger through personal reflection, through being just near the ocean, through being near clouds, It's a subtle and pervasive thing, this sort of therapy, this pulling life back to the basics and just going on a pilgrimage. It is subtle, but it is all-encompassing. And I can't abbreviate that. I can't cut that short. So for me, I have to, put aside the fact that I miss my kids and I want to rush home and just make the most of the rest of this journey. And then there's this, what we're doing, I mean, I don't know where that's going. And I do it in the hope that there's even just one person out there who benefits from it, who sees that a broken life can be fixed, or who hears me talk about letting go of grief or surrendering to your fate and learning to accept what happens in your life, and they benefit. And if that's the case, I'm delighted, and I don't want to cut that short. I don't want to steal that from someone who needs it. And then there's the charity. The longer I'm on the road, the more they benefit. So tomorrow there's the interview with the ABC, and hopefully that'll make 10 grand for the charity. And if it does, I am so rapt. I'm delighted. And I forgot again to talk like a pirate. All right, well, I hope you'll just let me get away with calling that dare done. Shout out to Archer. My last little R. Oh, wow, this wind is intense. All right, yeah, so here I am. Beautiful words, bub. You can call me Bub. All right, I know you mean Bud, but you can call me Bub, and I'll call you Schnookums. But yeah, thank you. I'm not a poet. I don't know that I have or am capable of any sort of particularly special insight. I just know suffering, and I think that suffering has given me a degree of empathy, and I think there's this empowerment or this gravity in what I'm doing. So I think it's changing me, and it's maybe giving me at least a little bit of a voice that I wouldn't otherwise have. So I want to make sure that I use that to good effect, and if it can help even just one person, I'm absolutely chuffed by that. So here I am laying in a hammock. The rain stopped, the wind's pretty intense, and I'm otherwise not uncomfortable. So I'm going to snooze, and I've set my alarm for 5 a.m. Normally the sun would probably wake me somewhere around then anyway, but I've still got 10k, and I'm just not, my pace in all my practice walks was around 6 kilometers an hour, you know. So if you walk for 12 hours and have a few rests in there, you could do 60k. But now I can walk for 12 hours and look at the map and figure it out and find that I've done maybe 40. So I think the pack and my general overall fatigue, maybe my pace isn't what I would like. So I need to give myself a buffer. So I'm up at 5 because I need to meet the camera guy at 7:45, and I've still got 10k to cover. Jake Slap says, the wind will rock you to sleep. Oh, the wind, yeah. No, I don't mind it. Because I have tinnitus, when I'm at home I usually sleep with the fan on because it drowns out that beep, that ringing in the ear. But the sounds of nature do that really beautifully as well, whether it's like the cicadas or the wind or anything like that. So yeah, you're not wrong. And I don't notice my tinnitus so much anymore. Oh yeah, I'd like to do a shout out to a guy, Tim Davies, who apparently just found the big walk on LinkedIn. I made a reference, and he made a $200 donation tonight, and he's contacted me and he said, when you get to Melbourne, mate, I want to buy you a room in a 5-star hotel, you know, massages for your weary legs. And I mean, it's just like a really beautiful, like, I lose the words. It's just such kindness, such intensely kind, yeah, I lose the words. So I just want to shout out to that gentleman anyway, Tim Davies. He made a lovely donation to the charity, and he made a lovelier gesture to me, and I'm really touched and flattered by that. It's the kind of thing that the old me was really reluctant about accepting things from people. I always had this idea, don't be a taker, don't be a breaker, don't destroy things, don't hurt people, don't take things from people. But as I'm trying to rebuild myself ethically and spiritually and you know, all those things that make a person, and I'm trying to repair and rebuild, I'm seeing these waves of kindness, and I'm realizing when I go, oh, no, thanks, no, don't, oh, I don't deserve it, or whatever, it's discouraging something that's beautiful. And why would you discourage something that's beautiful? Yeah, so anyway, Tim, shout out to you, mate. That's a lovely gesture. And my natural inclination is to say, oh, mate, no, you know, save your money, don't worry about it. But that would be discouraging something beautiful. So maybe I'm going to be having a delightful foot massage in a 5-star motel when I arrive in Melbourne. Sounds pretty good, to be honest. So yeah, anyway, here I am in my hammock, swaying in the wind, and yeah, I think I'm ready to sleep. A little bit tired, and I'll be up early. And if you want to see me on the telly tomorrow, yeah, ABC. It should be a live cross at 8:15 with the morning news. Margaret says, since October you've grown so much in front of the camera. It's awesome. Have I? Okay, I guess I lack the self-awareness and the perspective. I really want to do a good job in all of the... Whoops, sorry, my earbud fell out. And it's mainly because this conversation matters to me a lot. I don't want to screw it up. You know what I mean? I want to be true, and if there's any value in it to you, I want to make sure that you get that. So if I've got anything at all to offer with respect to, I don't know, things that I've gone through, how to come back, how to escape a cage and find yourself free and alive and viable again, whatever it is. If I want to get that right. So if I've improved, I'm delighted, to be honest. Thank you for saying so, Margaret. But yeah, okay. Time, I think, for me to go sleepy bobos. I don't have a teddy bear, so I will just snuggle up with my little blankie here, which was given to me by Murray Dunn. Belonged to his mother, who he lost from cancer. That was one of the first live streams of the big walk, and it was a lovely moment. And that moment, I think, has characterized the walk overall. It's been about hope and human kindness. It's been about defying cancer. And what is cancer except the opposite of hope? You know, it's destruction, it's taking, you know, yeah, and it's insidious and relentless. It's the opposite of hope. Sorry, Kyle says, where are you at now, Captain? And I'm sorry about the pirate, and we're letting me sort of off the hook that I forgot that. I am at, I'm past Waterfall, so for south of Wollongong there's a series of towns. I'm past Waterfall and I'm on the old Pacific Highway, but in bush, like a few hundred meters off the old Pacific Highway, on the way to a place called the Stanwell Lookout, where the ABC will do a report tomorrow. Shared your earlier post re ABC and tag people in it. Stephen Jensen and I will be tuned in. Hope you can sleep well with the wind. Yeah, well, the wind is actually quite lovely, as long as the water doesn't get in, and the tarp seems to be doing its job pretty well. So I'm all good, thank you. So yeah, tomorrow after the morning report, I'll be going down the beach, down the coastline. There's apparently a lovely walk from this Stanwell Lookout through to Wollongong. So I should be able to make Wollongong tomorrow, and I'll update you there about the plan for, you know, easing my way into Melbourne, yeah? Kyle says, wow, thanks, we have missed a few streams. You're powering on now. Yeah, well, for me, as I've just got this, I have to make at least 30k every day. That's all. You know, I try to do more, and I'd love to do more, but as long as I do that, and sometimes that can take me 10 or 12, it feels like 10 or 12 hours, which means I'm going ridiculously slow, or I'm stopping a lot and talking to people, or lights, or whatever it is. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's all about smelling the coffee, watching the ocean, and being now in the adventure and the experience of it. Natalie says 30k daily is massive. I mean, yeah, I mean it is, I guess. But I just feel, yeah, I don't know. I'm not an athlete, but I feel like an underperforming athlete. You know, like I can do better. I think today I've come 36k or something like that. But yeah, anyway, it doesn't really matter. Again, it's about smelling the coffee, seeing the ocean, and thinking them thoughts that I needs to be thinking are. So look, thank you so much for your time and interest. I'll leave it there. Time to go to sleep. I've got to get up very early and pack my camp up at first light and head out for this interview with the ABC, the IRBRCR. So keel haul ye advast, like take all the booty. Kyle says, what's the best you've done in one day? Well, ever. When I was doing my practice walks, I walked from Brisbane to the Gold Coast and a bit of the way back. So it was more than 100k. I think like 103 or 104, but I'm not 100% sure. And it was over a span of 23 hours. So that was continuous walking. I had maybe 3 breaks that were about 15 minutes, something like that. And that was the absolute best that I've done ever. In terms of during this walk, I think the night that I went to meet this lovely couple, Jai and Jules, in a town called Woolgoolga, north of Coffs Harbour, they showed me hospitality. They gave me a bed and a meal, and it was lovely meeting them. But to get there, I had to walk 57 kilometres from where I was at Grafton. And yeah, I powered through and did that. Got left in the morning, got there 9:30. So the almost 60 kilometres took me 14 hours with, you know, little stops and little rests along the way. So yeah, I think my natural pace when I'm trying is about 4.5 kilometres an hour. It's not ideal, but I am carrying a massive pack, and you know, I am old. Well, I'm not that old. Anyway, yeah, so thanks for your interest. And if anybody has any just practical questions like that, or about the gear or whatever, please feel free. Like, I did try to show you how I set up the rough camps in one of those streams, but I've changed, I've leveled up and I've got new gear. So if you want to see any of that sort of stuff, or you have curiosity about anything at all, drop some comments and I'll do my best to address it, yeah? So thank you so much for your time and interest. It's Captain Australia's Big Walk. It's with the Kids Cancer Project, and more tomorrow. So yeah, if you're in front of a telly, 8:15, I'll be on the ABC News show. You take care of yourselves. Jake says good night, Captain. Captain says good night, Jake. All the very best. Sleep well, and you're wonderful. Thank you so much for your time and interest. See you tomorrow.